Welcome back to You've Made a Mobile App. Now what? We're going to talk about community reactions, about getting rated, about getting seen so that your app will be reached into more and more people's hands. So let's get started. So let's talk about ratings in the store itself. You want to actually ask your users to leave ratings in the store. And you want to encourage your customers to do this. And really, it's just as simple as asking. I actually went into a store a while ago and the gentleman helped me out really nice, and I asked him, what I could do for him, and he said, just leave me a review. It was so important just to get the review. So you'd be surprised what people will do for that. So there's many ways of how to ask your customers. You can approach them in several different ways, but I want you to understand that sometimes it takes 7 touches for people to actually take action, actually between 5 and 7. So when you're doing some of these things, you're going to have to do them more than once, but be careful not to do them too much. One of the ways is that you can have just an in-app review tab. And this is something that pops up. I'm sure you've seen it in other apps that you've used, where it just pops up and it says, would you please review us? Now, what's nice about this is that you can have your app designated to not only do the review, but if there is a bad review, where it can be funneled over by you instead of going right out to the stores. Now, you don't want to take down any bad reviews unless they are untrue or were not able to be resolved. If it is resolved, you want to ask somebody to go ahead and leave a follow-up review. So you always want to take attention not just to the good stuff, but to the bad stuff as well, because the bad stuff is definitely how we grow and how we make changes. The next thing to do is an email blast. Now be careful here. You want to do a nice email blast. You want to send it out, but you don't want to bombard people like every 3 to 4 weeks saying, please review me, please review me, please review me. You want to be able to send out a nice one, and you want to ask for touches, but sometimes the touches need to be in different ways, not just 7 emails in a row, for example. It's one of the fastest ways to get unsubscribed from a list is to blast people with too much. But you definitely want to ask, and as well as on your emails, you can add that as part of your signature. Now, people don't mind that so much, where you can actually make that a piece of your signature where you can put right underneath there and say, hey, if you're happy with us, please review, and then have a click right to the App Store so people can leave the reviews. And you also can have something, if you're a brick and mortar place, in store. Possibly something where people can just scan real quick, or your servers or your staff can ask, hey, if you were happy with us today, we would appreciate a review. I think a lot of times people just forget that reviewing is very important to us. Yet we all go out and look at reviews. We all take a look and see before we go someplace what the reviews were saying about it. But a lot of times we forget to actually give reviews, so we need to be reminded. And the last way you could do this is with a social media campaign. Social media is amazing these days. It is so powerful. People will listen to social media. They will actually take action based on it. And so you want to be active in social. You want to ask for reviews in social. Make it simple throughout all of these different techniques. When you are asking your customers to review you, make it simple. The in-app review tab, boom, a single button, done. An email blast, just click on a button and the review takes you right to where you want to do the review. If you're in store, you want to personally ask the people and possibly even have a QR code that they can scan so they can go right to the site. And in social media, same thing. Make it clickable. Make it something where people are going to want to do this. They want to help you. They want to be able to help, but they just don't know. So you really have to ask. And you want to get your users to actually share your app. Sharing your app is really one of the best ways to get downloads, and you want to get the user interaction. So there's different ways to ask your users to help you promote your app. One of the easiest ones is to have an in-app feature, which is like a tell a friend, share our app, Something where when people are actually using the app, they can just click one particular button and suddenly the app is now sent to their friend either via text or an email, or they could share it on social. Something that makes it really, really simple to be able to share the app. So you can just make that an in-app feature and it'll give them the link straight to the store so that they can go ahead and download it themselves. And you also want to incentivize your clients to be able to have them have a purpose and a reason. Everybody likes to get gifts. Everybody likes to get those wonderful little coupons or a treat or a gift of some form when they go ahead and they share the app. And you can also offer credits or discounts for sharing the app with their friends. And a lot of the apps now will let you actually track what tabs are being used and how often the app is being shared. So it's really a nice way to be able to thank people. And you want to definitely say thank you. There's no question about it. So you can offer different ways to do that. One way is that you could actually hold a contest. You can stage a promotion and make it known exactly what you're doing. People don't mind doing this. If you hold some kind of a contest, I recall one person once gave away a grill, and it had nothing to do with her business at all, but she had a brand new app, she was doing a launch party, and she had a grill with all kinds of different things involved for everybody who shared the app. They all got a drawing for each time they shared it. And her downloads in that 1 month period had just boomed. I think she got like 500 downloads in just a very short period of time. And you want to hold your contest so that people know what's going on. And you want to be able to track this and make a big deal of it. Do some video. Go ahead and tell people what you're doing. Everybody knows that's what you're up to, but there's nothing wrong with holding a contest to say thank you. It gets people active. It gets them interactive with your business. And another way that you want to do this is to get kind of creative in what you can do. Users, they can have maybe an option between paying for a service or by inviting their friends, they're able to get something free. And I'm reminded of Candy Crush. That is exactly how that had spread like wildfire. People were actually kind of not necessarily getting paid, but getting compensated for inviting their friends and making it fun, and they made it into a game. Obviously Candy Crush is a game, but they made it fun. So they made it so that it was an innovative way to promote the app. And here's something you might want to do is just consider adding coupons into your app if that's what your business does allow. It all depends upon your business style if this is something that you can do. Remember, not all of our techniques fall with every single type of app, but if you certainly can do a coupon, you really should, because that's one way to really incentivize people to share your app. People always love their coupons and they will tell people about it. Have you tried this app? Oh, take a look at that. Or even get your own staff to say, hey, you know, if you download this, there's a coupon in there right now. And then you've captured them and they've given you real estate on their phone. So it's just a really good way to get people to share your app and to get them to consider using your app on a regular basis. That concludes our section about sharing your app and getting your users to share your app. So now please go to our last module, which is going offline or guerrilla marketing.